3. All right. Solari, that would be a Season 5 lane swap. Maybe that's the answer as we are underway in Champion Select. Take it away, y'all.
Yo, with the Ziggs though, if they take the Ziggs and they actually try and just lane swap and perma knock down the towers though, maybe a little Caitlyn Ziggs action, Ziggs support just for the satchel charge. I don't know, man. I'm liking it.
No, listen. Okay, it is a shame that Tristana is banned out. By the way, Pyke is banned out as well. I love it from Liberty. But yes, we take Ziggs. We take all the other AD carries in the last 3 slots that we have available. And we just completely ignore Liberty as Furia, right? We don't need, like, you don't win the game by killing people. You win the game by killing Nexus. Which means you need to get to the Nexus as quickly as possible. How do you do that? You get through the turrets. You just...
That's absolutely true.
Destroy the turrets and you're there.
Yeah, Mount Kyle, you just chuck it behind the tower, enemy team has to back off, you destroy it with a Ziggs satchel, you rinse and repeat every time his ult's off cooldown. There's only like 6 turrets in one lane, so you know, it's gonna happen. Just run it down. As Liberty, the Tristana ban and the Pyke ban particularly is I'm taking as slightly rude, as you know the Zay or Zai Pyke was very impactful in that very quick win they found over VKS all over the map, getting 2v2 kills bot, roam into mid lane with great success. But Liberty, they've got the Yone and the Aatrox combo, so they've got something themselves cooking up there. Let's allow to talk about here.
They want to be fighting a lot. These 2 champions just want to get very quickly to the first items and then they want to be fighting non-stop. But look at what Furia are doing. Okay, they're in for success, I'm telling you. This surfing mid lane. Okay, wait, this might not be surfing mid lane. This might be surfing Ziggs bot lane. And that is going to be the most crazy thing I could imagine happening today. But it could work. Because it is tons of AP damage that you're bringing. It is a beautiful teamfight setup with a very big ultimate that you are going to use a lot. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's got great wave clear, right? Perma shuffle waves, very uninteractive for the enemy team to deal with, especially the double melees of Yone and Aatrox. It's tough to get through Ziggs Hextech Minefield and the beat drops and the ultimates from Seraphine. So there's a chance, all right? Just listen us, hear us out, okay? It's gonna happen. So we're into the second round of the bans, okay? Jace has been banned away, so they're denying a little bit of that extra poke and some of that AD damage to maybe push down the lane hard. Whereas Furia, they got rid of the Varus and the Leona, interestingly. So they're really trying to just deny Juliera and Wasp their primary picks in bot.
Yes, and they've done a pretty good job doing that because there is also the rail ban, so very potent supports are not available. Oh my god, disgusting! What are they drafting? That is Heimerdinger. Is it going to be Ziggs Heimerdinger bot lane? So like the double yodel bot lane? Because that is going to be really unplayable for Liberty's bot lane. It is going to be, you don't come anywhere close to the bushes because it's going to be turret. You don't come anywhere close to the minion wave because there's going to be Ziggs pushing you away. There's a lot of poke, there's a lot of range for them. I don't know if I like it or hate it, you know?
The fact that Kai'Sa made it all the way through to the second rotation is just pretty funny, given the current meta. A game like this, the only game that can push Kai'Sa that far down in priority. But Furia, they're just going to post up in a lane, and they're never leaving. They're going to put turrets down, they'll be chucking bombs and beat drops and high notes, just firing nonsense over towards Liberty, constant poking them out. I'm just going to shove it down. I have no idea what the last pick from Furia is going to be to round this one out.
Oh my goodness. Well, something with 80 damage would definitely not hurt them. Something, I'm having a feeling it's a Renekton angle. What? What did you just say?
It's a Bao special angle. It's the Lethality Scion, that's what we're talking.
Oh my.
They might actually...
Oh my god, they're not kidding around.
It literally is.
It is Caitlyn Ziggs.
So it's
or Caitlyn Heimerdinger.
Heimer top, maybe? Or Seraphine top? I don't know. So
No, wait. Seraphine mid lane. Okay, wait. What if it's Seraphine bot lane with Caitlyn? Because she's a good support for her. It's kind of like picking Luxpat on steroids. Then you have Ziggs, who can go mid lane or top lane. He doesn't care. Iono, Aatrox, they're both melee. They have some range, but Ziggs can even jump away from them if he really wants to. And then Heimerdinger goes whatever is left for him.
And like, just regardless of the 13-minute, 36-second condition here, Liberty has such a short-range comp versus just perma keep-away zone control on the side of Furia, right? So if these lanes go decently well from them, even just in the concept of a normal game of League of Legends, this feels pretty hard to play for Liberty.
Yeah, no, it's not hard. It's unplayable. The only thing that is going to deal damage for them is Kai'Sa, because they cannot just stay away from the enemies. They're going to be output. But if they decide to all in, that is going to be Maokai stopping them, and then too much damage and control flying their way.
Okay, so it's Zig's top. We saw the late game swap there for Batao. And Hawk, let's get a couple of thoughts from you before we go into game as to what Furia have cooked up for us.
Well, I think Liberty has gone for a bold strategy of picking a zero wave clear comp against what Furia is doing. Maybe it's just for content. Like, who knows? This game, in general, feels like it's just for content. Trajan, I know you didn't get to pick a strat. I know Solari's hoping for the Season 5 lane swap to come through to try to knock down some of these towers. Trajan, I've still got 1, 2, and 4 left. Let's get another strat on the cards before we send us in.
Give me the number one strat on the board. The cheese board that you put together.
Well, Trajan, we are prophesizing that it's going to be a 5-man top angle here for
oh my god,
for Furia. I think we're going to see a little bit of Earth strats. We can get a 5-man top, then after the 5-man top, we can get the Season 5 lane swap. I am only expecting chaos and nothing else as Furia 1336. That is the bar to make playoffs and to keep your season hopes alive. Y'all, we are onto the Rift. Maybe I'll see you soon.
Bro, I love to see that VKS fan in the crowd actually sweating.
Yeah.
He is actually so scared that VKS are about to get bumped out by this insane cheese that Furia put together. So they've gone for the Ziggs top, right? If we're going to 5-man top, go to the Ziggs lane, we break the tower, sure. But into the Aatrox as well, that's not very fun for Aatrox, man. Ziggs should be nowhere near the Darken Blades.
Listen, it might not even be 5-man top lane. It can be 5-man any lane, because their team fighting potential is it's not even unmatched by Liberty. Liberty are not even dreaming of being anywhere close to it right now with their team composition. For Furia, the sooner they start teaming up, the better, because look at that, they have everything, right? Like, we talked already about the poke and about the control, but Maokai is their only front lane, and in a normal situation, I would be a little bit suspicious about that. But with the Seraphine on the back lane, and with all the damage they can follow up immediately if Maokai decides to go in, or if anybody goes into him, I am having high hopes for Furia, simply because they're going to not even let Liberty answer them with anything.
Yeah, I like what they've put together here. The only criticism I have, sorry, of this strategy is we don't have enough demolishes on the side of Furia. There's a lot of inspiration second. Where are my demolish procs? I wanted to see 5 demolish procs here to start knocking down those towers, but they've gone for biscuits instead. Very lame.
Man, to win this game in 30 minutes, you gotta be really inspired.
Yeah, it would be the most insane thing to happen in regular season League of Legends of all time, and I think it's not close.
Exactly. We would make history right here, right now. Furia are not kidding around. They are trying to make history right now. Look at what they're already doing on the bot lane. Poor Kaisa, poor Rakan, look at their HP boss. They are getting shredded. Poor guys are just drinking the health bars, the health spot, sorry, and the cookies. It is a feast for them, but not the type of the feast they're ready for.
Yeah, it's not really very playable with the range differential early on for Liberty's bot lane, but the one thing that we do have to say for Furia, for Zai down there, is he doesn't have the mobility and the cross-map impact that he's going to have on the pike. He really needs to post up in a lane and try and make maximum impact there, so they need to make that 2v2 work. It worked great for them last time, it's got to work for them again.
Hey, it's Caitlyn. It should work, right? Yeah. Caitlyn has insane amount of range. She has an insane amount of damage as well in her bot lane, especially if it's paired up with a successful control from her. They already are controlling the bushes, so it's going to be a little bit harder to try to trap the enemies into the Yordle trap, especially because there are no Yordles on the side of Liberty, but they can definitely try, and if they succeed the amount of damage from Caitlyn, it is going to be pretty much impossible for Liberty to match it, even if they bring the jungle to the lane.
You have AC down on the bot side with the Ivern. We haven't really touched on that so much. Not particularly kind of aggressive on its own. It's very much setting up your own team for success. So AC might not have that early impact that we so often see him have, as Kiari finds his way onto Batao up there. Perhaps not as practiced at the Ziggs top somehow. I'm shocked that Batao is not looking as practiced on the Ziggs top. But Kiari with that Aatrox certainly threatening.
The moment Aatrox gets up close to Ziggs, it's really hard for Ziggs to get away from him, because he has this bomb that he can jump away on, but other than that, he is not exceptionally mobile, and it's hard to get away from Aatrox, who has decided to lock onto you. Similar situation could happen on the mid lane, because we talked about Seraphine already last time I was here, and she was picked. She's not mobile whatsoever. Plus, you can see her mana is already low. The mana costs in the early levels are pretty high, so there is the world where Avenger can get on top of Tuts and completely remove the Seraphine from the game. There is the world where Liberty can try to play around their lanes, but boy, that's so hard for them.
Yeah, it's really tough for them to actually make anything stick here. as we are about 9 minutes away from the playoffs race being decided, Solari. Sadly, we don't have any first bloods yet for Furia. Maybe we needed to see the 5-man invade or something of this nature to get the game started, but it looks like Liberty are probably going to be able to just hold the fort here, and then they're just going to have to, despite the fact they can deny Furia's playoffs hopes, they are going to have to play out the rest of this game versus a very uninteractive comp. So we'll see how much fun they have doing that. As Goot
Yeah, the thing is...
AC.
Oh,
Go for a
no.
little aggressive move here, but not too much damage to really play with on either side.
Yeah, they're just dancing around each other in the 4 Raptors right now, but Avenger is closing by.
For a potential 2v2 that would probably favor the Oni at this stage, and they will pick up the majority of that jungle camp as Goot heads down to the bot side instead, where Ayu and Zai are hard shoving into the bot lane, as we'd expect.
I am expecting this turret to fall as soon as possible for Fury, because it would open a lane for them, right? And they need to be cutting through these turrets as quickly as possible. They have a TP coming in. Look at them, but how he's not kidding around. It's going to be 4-man bot lane.
They're going to have to pull off some sort of dive here. They need to get that turret down to just above 1 plate. That's the level 1 satchel charge threshold. Wasp goes aggressive.
No.
Could have served himself up, but he's so topped up on HP. And Betal just has to watch Liberty know what's going on now.
Oh no, the idea was there, but the execution did not work out for Furia.
Are we giving
So what is
tower?
Betal doing now?
Are we just giving? Are Liberty just stepping back? They don't want to deal with the potential dive. I don't know if Furia, do they have the damage to get it to the execution threshold? I don't think so. AC's rotating through Chiari as well. I think Furia are not going to be able to make this strat work, even with the 5 men in 1 lane. Liberty are ready with the answer. AC finds the route, Avengers around the corner. Chiari looks for it, does find the Infernal Chains, but won't get the pullback. As Zai is completely manaless. Betal is low. Avenger is in. First blood for Liberty. Tuts gets a nice ultimate, but it won't save his life. Liberty find first and second blood in the game.
There is something we haven't touched upon in the draft, and that's because we didn't expect any team fights at 5 minutes in the game, to be fair, so you gotta excuse us. But now that we're excused, Ayu...
Oh, dearie me. No flash, no mana, no options, and Chiari grabs another.
So, the thing that we couldn't possibly have predicted is the fact that, yes, Fury have an insane potential against the enemies when they group up, but they need to have their ultimates for that. The ultimate for Maokai, absolutely massive. The ultimates for everybody, to be honest, are going to be massive in the teamfights, but nobody at Fury had them except for the Tuss, who was just coming in with the Anko available, but apart from that, nothing for Fury. And when Liberty are closing up on them, because Liberty also rotated pretty much everybody to this bot lane, and they get up close onto them, Fury cannot either run away or turn back onto Liberty, and that was a nasty situation for them. Honestly, they shouldn't have committed into something like that on bots so early on.
Yeah, it's kind of, if this game did not have the playoffs implication, didn't have the insane time pressure, this fight never would have happened, right? Furia never would have overcommitted these members onto the bot side. They wouldn't have put themselves in that position. They would have just kept playing the poke game, kept playing the zone game, picked up more plates and played for longer down the road. So the playoffs dream setting them a little back in the early game, as Watts does find another engage with Avenger waiting with the ult, with the flash. AC2. Oh, Betal, you don't want to be there, my friend. That's the wrong bush to walk towards, and it's just over. Juliera finds another kill in the bot side. And Juliera happy to pick that up. Avenger can't find more. Chiari plates on the top lane. This is what we were talking about in pregame, right? That if Liberty can just spike the wheel of Furia's comp of their crazy idea, it's going to put Furia so behind with such a weird team comp that Liberty might actually just win.
Yeah, because in theory, the thing is, for Liberty, they still have to play this game even after 30 minutes. However, the same goes for Furia. Whoever gets on top in the early might as well be able to keep the hold of the game for the majority of it, till the rest of it. And for Liberty, if they're ahead right now with the champions like Yone and Kai'Sa and Aatrox, if you give them items early enough, if you invest gold into them, they are going to start demolishing enemies really early on. And by the way, that's going to be the AD Kai'Sa. Liberty are also having a little bit of interesting approach to their draft, because they're full AD right now, apart from Ivern.
Yeah, incredibly hard dive. Not opting to try and match the poke of Furia. They're just going to go full hard committal. Rely on Wasp, Avenger to find these engages. Furia do get themselves that first hail. Betal caught up in the chains again. The satchel charge is there, but he's got nowhere to go. It's exactly as you said, Solari. The satchel charge isn't enough. Chiari's too sticky.
Aatrox is one of those champions I dislike playing against and dislike in general. He's in the same type of the champion as Silas for me, because there are some melee champions by design, but it is very easy to forget just how much range they actually have in their abilities. And this is the same depth for Aatrox on the top lane. He can get to Ziggs very easily, and if Ziggs gets caught in, there is no way out for him anymore. And by the way, let's look at the inventories for a second, because yes, there is static Shiver guys, for example. You know, the good old things are happening. Maybe it's going to be AP guys in the end, just without the Hail of Blades. But the Moonstone on Seraphine, I despise that so much.
Yeah, what's it doing? Like, what's the point of it, I guess? It doesn't
It's
really
healing.
serve the purpose that they have.
And that's it, it's just healing.
Yeah. That's you don't get into playoffs by healing your own Nexus, alright? We need to get playoffs by destroying the enemy Nexus, right? That should be the goal here.
In 3 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. With no kills, and no turrets, and no dragons, and no
I
nothing.
want to see that happen.
Yeah, I mean, if the outcome gets crazier by the second, if it was to happen, as they might be able to actually force this push through. They're almost at that satchel charge level. There you can see the indicator. I think he might have actually put an extra point in his W to have that extra threshold higher up than it usually is. But for now, you know, they got the turret, but look at mid lane. Avenger's answering.
He's just a one-man army. Yeah, if nobody's gonna stop him, he's also gonna cut through the turrets because he has the wave now. He's going to have another wave soon. If nobody from Furia rotates, are they going to be able to cut through the turrets? Because Liberty are 5 men strong, despite what you might be thinking. There is Daisy with them, and Daisy is really overpowered.
We've got level 6.
Oh, okay.
Down goes the Herald. We go 5v5 Solari. This is probably the game right here. If this goes bad for Furia again, Liberty going to be so far ahead. Yari's low. Avenger over the wall. Lovely flank. Catches them up with the Fate Seal. And IU has been surgically removed from the backline. Julia goes deep. Another knockup from Avenger. The massive bomb comes out, but it's not enough to turn the tides. As Tuts is picked up as well. Liberty having a field day in the bot lane as Furia's playoff dreams crumble around their ears.
Yeah, I don't think they will manage to do it anymore. Like, even a couple of minutes ago, there was a slight chance that maybe. But no, look at how Liberty are playing around Furia's composition right now. It doesn't look like anything good is going to happen to Furia in this game, because Liberty know what Furia want them to be doing. They want them to be engaging into them in a very linear manner, because of the Seraphine, because of the Maokai's ultimates. But Liberty are not giving them any chance. Look at how many of them are avoiding all those ultimates flying at them, because they're so scattered around the lane. Because they're getting directly into the backline of Furia, which is massive, by the way. Again, there's pretty much no front lane apart from Maokai, and Maokai is really easy to get around for them.
Yep, great operation by Avenger. He's pulled out this Yone once or twice before. It is a pocket for him, and he's showing that proficiency on it. Kiari as well, 3-0-1 on this Aatrox. An absolutely insane champion on the patch, having great use pulled out. And he's got a little secret mission on the board right here. He's got a lovely position into IU. If he gets caught by the chains, he'll miss the Q, miss the Darkened Blade, and IU sidesteps it, just about gets away, mainly through luck more than anything else. But Zai, no such luck.
Oh no, oh Zai. The problem of the Heimerdinger, no escape whatsoever. And also, if you look at these items, he's of course going to try to rush relay, but is it really rushing if it's already almost 30 minutes in the game and you're not anywhere close to completing it? That's the problem with Heimerdinger support. That is the problem that he has been facing ever since he started being played as a support. You don't get enough money influx unless you're super hard on your lane, and if you don't get the money, you don't get your items, and your items as Heimerdinger are really expensive.
Yeah, you gotta have so much invested into those full mage items, and he's gonna be very far behind this game as IU dealing with 3 attackers in the top side. Does have a couple of defenders of his own to even up that matchup. Maybe Liberty don't want to pull the trigger right here. That range disadvantage is very tough in an even setting.
And look at the timer. I think we can clearly say that Furia is unfortunately out already. Now they just need to keep fighting in this game, because yes, this game might just be a very long one and it's not going the way Furia expected it to. There is Daisy around, there is too many people of Liberty right now on the top side because of the Herald that is spawning in a minute and 20. And again, there is Daisy around for Furia. What are they going to do next time Liberty decide to crash onto them? Or even without that, what do they do right now when Liberty are pushing through the side lanes?
Yep, there it is. You could hear the maybe hear the crowd chanting in the background, counting down those final seconds. The sad B emote comes out of Furia. They know the dream is dead. A final salute for Furia. They gave us so much excitement in the last week. So much entertainment to play with and through the split as well, and we hope to see these guys back next split to see what they can do. But for now, they've got a game to win. They've got a game of League of Legends still to finish. 5k down against some of the most broken champions on the patch, and they have a very strange team comp to pilot. They've got the Rylai's done for Zai. They have some range to play with, and maybe now they can just play a little bit more considered without any time constraint. We'll see if they can bring this one back.
Quite possibly, and I would love to see that. I would love to see Furia right now stepping back a little bit and taking the game much slower than before, because what they need right now is a lot of vision control around the map, especially around the big objectives, and to play, as you said rightfully so, around their range, because they still outrange Liberty massively, except for Kai'Sa, who is still building up. By the way, yes, it is going to be AP Kai'Sa, but she has a long way to go still until those Ws are going to pretty much one-shot everybody on Furia's side, except for Maokai. Right now, Furia need to be playing around the control they have and around the poke, but let's see if they manage to, because there is already Drake, for example, up, and they have an objective bounty for it, but it doesn't look like they're eager to get it.
Yeah, the Drake has been entirely ignored so far this game due to the added extra conditions for Furia. The clouds are set off as Liberty has full control. Those Ivan brushes as well form a nice vision barrier that I doubt Furia will be able or willing to penetrate, as Gu at least gets away with his Gromp. So for now, Furia, we have some item spikes coming through. We've got all three main first items on the bottom side. We're still looking for that mythic for Batao to really start clearing those waves out easier, and Gu as well needs to build up some of that tankiness, given all of the damage coming his way, as he's put the only frontliner really for Furia as this game stretches on.
Yeah. Because, again, everybody else on the side of Fury is going to be very one-shottable by Liberty, because Liberty, the longer the game drags, the more one-shot damage they're going to have. Not on Atrix, for example, because Atrix is probably not going to be about one-shot, and he's going to be about going into everybody on the side of Fury and fighting for them for as long as he pleases. But Yone, for example, is going to have massive one-shot potential. Kai'Sa, the moment the 3 item power spike hits for her, pretty much the same. Furia will need to be really careful about how they are dancing around those shots flying their way from Kai'Sa. I am worried for Furia right now, because as much as I love the craziness in that team composition, how is it going to work for them unless Liberty are going to play by out their rules? And so far, Liberty have not been abiding whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. If this game ends up being lost by Liberty, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to offer. Like, the curse would just be too strong of the strong early game into thrown mid game. They have so much advantage, more advantage than they've ever had before, against a completely fake team comp that doesn't make any sense after 14 minutes. And it has to be now. It has to be today, in the last game of the regular split, that you just get the W, Liberty. Otherwise, I will just fall out of my chair. I don't know what to do.
Oh, please don't. It might be dangerous. And Liberty, I hope they heard it, because right now they absolutely must deliver it. There is no way we're letting you get hurt. And so far, they are delivering. Look at that. They're making sure that the gold is still going their way. Fighting there with a lot of damage, apparently, from Avenger. I don't know what exactly was happening there before, but Fury already are quite damaged, to say the least.
Yeah, Zai particularly not looking super healthy. Does have the stopwatch if he can have time to use it, as Avenger still has that ultimate. Found that amazing flank in the bot lane earlier in the game. Chiari as well, trying to find that lane. He's got a Herald to push with too. Furia just don't really have the map control to keep a hold of their own turrets here, as they're going to lose this inner.
Oh no, it might just be the second pay, by the way, unless they're urgently rotating to the bot lane, which is something they are doing, but by doing that they're risking losing the turret on the mid lane, so it's either of the two are going to go down. Okay, at least it's not going to be a second pay for them, it's something. The base turret is still standing, but look at the mid lane. That Kai'Sa is still there, that Kai'Sa is still pushing with all the wave clear that is available to her, so that is going to be one turret down, maybe.
Caitlyn ult, a little spooky, as they do have flankers still. Liberty with all that control on the bot side jungle, and Furia rightly saying, we're just not going to go there. We're not going to contest it. No one really can face check on our team comp. Maybe Maokai, maybe, but even he probably doesn't want to get chunked down that low. They head onto top side instead. So holding on to this bastion of the mid lane turret, if Furia can try and poke down Liberty, not give them the angles to find the engages, get a couple of items, maybe find an objective fight in a couple of minutes at the next Dragon.
The other issue I'm seeing with Furia right now, I mean, there are many issues for Furia right now, let's be frank, but one of those is how are they going to split around the lanes, because nobody on their team can be left alone. Their bot lane needs to stick together, and even so, they're not exactly the usual composition that, you know, the support can keep their AD carry alive, and the AD carry deals tons of damage. Caitlyn, who is behind, needs a lot of time to get back into the game. And nobody except for Ziggs can go split pushing. Ziggs is going to be very efficient there, but everybody's going to kill him if anybody wants to jump on him. And look at Io's health, but already this Kai'Sa is chunking that backline. She has so much backline to chunk through.
He doesn't even have the Ludens or the Leandries or whatever to pick in. It's just the two items, and they're so squishy, man. Furia, they're so weak. They're so behind. Oh no, it's gonna be, I think, maybe a little bit sad for Furia just getting shoved around here. You know, obviously we have to give them credit for trying and not just giving up on the dream just because it was nigh on impossible. We have to give them credit for this, but unfortunately it's probably not going to be the most fun game of League of Legends for their last game of the split.
Not for them, for sure.
Not for them.
No.
Liberty might have fun. They might have a good time. This hard diving perma on very squishy targets. That's kind of fun.
That sounds fun, you know? One of those rare fun things in League of Legends that can even work in solo queue. But yeah, Furia right now, they only have 2 Yordles in their team composition, but it does feel like they have at least 4 because everybody's going down so dang quickly from Liberty. And we were talking about all the poke that Furia possess. Right now they cannot even use it because with this Kai'Sa being so ahead, she outranges everybody on the side of Furia. And Furia, because of her alone, cannot get anywhere close to Liberty. And if they get anywhere too close, Liberty are going to jump on top of them.
Map control, the hard commit out of the brush. Oh my goodness, it's just illegal what's being done to them here. No way to approach, no time to set up on the objective, and Liberty have no mercy for Furia in this last game of the split. It's going to be the 20-minute Baron, and this second win, this long-awaited win for Liberty could come pretty soon.
Oh, good, you better get away out of there as soon as possible. Yes, because right now you need to be defending your base. Still waiting for Seraphine to come up. Hamiding just came up, but the thing is, Liberty still have a lot of damage for those turrets. They have a lot of split push on their side. However, speaking of split push, Padao, he doesn't feel lost apparently. He's on the bot lane, he's pushing through, he is getting the objective bounty by the way, but he is not going to win the turret race.
No, he's going to have to trade it, unfortunately. There is objective bounties up. There's a dragon available if Furia can somehow mount some sort of expedition out of their base, but Baroned up Liberty are so tough to break through. They just don't have any vision to play with, and we've got a quick replay of that Baron. So decisively done by Liberty.
Oh yes, they're just waiting for Furia to come up a little bit closer because Furia have very limited vision. They know they shouldn't be coming there, but they do so regardless. And this was Liberty waiting for them. Look at the amount of things they throw at them immediately. Look at how quickly everybody from Furia's side disappears.
Perma CC'd, right? Avenger knock-up into Rakan knock-up into Charm into Avenger knock-up again.
Disgusting.
And they're dead. They're just dead. There is no chance to play for Furia. Liberty going to head onto this Chemtech break as well. Going to pick up their second of the game, deny any potential bounty gold, any comeback potential that I say with not a whole lot of conviction, I'll be honest. But maybe they can get more. 90 seconds left on the Baron power plate. They've got time to crash a couple more waves.
If they want to, and honestly I think they want to, because who's going to stop them? Another thing the Fury don't have right now, apart from, you know, things like setup, hopes, and stuff like that, damage. They lack damage quite seriously. And I'm not just going to be bashing about this Seraphine's build, even though her build is disgusting and I despise it with all my heart. Right now, nobody on that team has damage, because look at them. They lack items seriously. Heimerdinger, again, he's just sitting on this relay. This has been the only item he has been able to build at almost 23 minutes in the game. Poor Caitlyn, only 2 items so far. Kai'Sa is almost at the 3rd one. She's almost there at the full power spike. Nobody at Furia can match the damage coming in their way from Liberty right now.
Yeah, and the Oblivion Orb, the Morello's build path from Vital feels so bad on Ziggs. It really hurts to delay that power spike. He's got a better 2-item power spike than he used to, but man, the Morello's is not the one to achieve that, right? You need a Horizon, you need a Shadow Flame, you need Void Stuff, something that can actually do some damage. But there is a fair amount of healing, I suppose, to deal with. As Liberty are committing past the towers just for now, getting the most out of this Baron buff. Avenger just about slides away from the Mega Inferno Bomb. And Furia yet to find a second kill in this game.
Oh my god, they're on 1 kill only. Oh, they're trying though, look at them.
They've got one AC dropping lower, but he's got the shield, he's got Daisy. In goes Wasp, and he served himself up. It's the second for Furia. Juliera tries to counter onto Goot, times it perfectly on the stasis with a Void Seeker. Avenger just playing PvE up on that top side, trying to end this game quick.
No. Avenger is one of those guys in solo queue who's not having any fun. Oh my god!
Now he is.
Okay, now he
well,
was
tried to have fun.
Not for long.
Ended up not having any fun.
But that was a way to have fun. Yeah, but you know, when everybody's having fun, fighting non-stop for absolutely zero reason, but there is one very serious guy, and he should be playing something like Yaone or Yasuo Musty, and he's just trying to finish the game.
Yeah.
Avenger apparently was trying to be that guy for quite long. Still decided to go into pretty much everybody. Fury dealt a lot of damage to them before he died, but right now, finally 3 kills in the hands of Furia. Can they do something with that? Most probably the answer is no, but just for the sake of the plot, let's say yes, maybe they can try to find some ways. In 2 minutes there is going to be Baron, and 2 minutes and 40 seconds there is going to be the next dragon in the game, and it's a Hextech Soul. Very nice one for Fury, if only they had a chance to grab it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, maybe Avengers seeing flashbacks of the Liberty games, of the past Furia games, of these 8 to 9k gold leads that they've had that have just disappeared, just whittled away earlier on in the split, and he's thinking, nope, not this time, not this time, not in the last game. I refuse to engage with that concept. Wants to get those inhibitors down. As he had 2 minutes towards that Hextech. Drake and Liberty just with a chance to push in the waves. They got 90 seconds on the Baron as well, which it looks like they honestly might need to get this game over the line. Pushing into Zigsheimer Caitlyn is pretty tough.
Yes, the wave clear is still there for Fury, and it's really hard for Liberty to cut through. Even though, look at them, they're still having somebody be on the sideline. They're still having somebody be on the top lane, because Fury, yes, the wave clear is there, but they still need to be grouping up, otherwise they're giving Liberty an opening to go onto them. And Liberty are using it. They're still having 3 men strong. They have 1-3-1 composition pretty much, and Fury are struggling to answer. They're struggling in general. Yeah, did you see that damage?
Oh dear,
ouch.
man. Come on now. It's just brutal. Stop, Juliera. Let him go back and heal. Just take the tower, man. It's gonna go down. One inhib top falls. The bottom one being worked on. Mid as well. Liberty suffocating Furia out. They're too far behind to use that zone control. Looking for Avenger, maybe. He's too slippery. He's gonna have to maybe come back to his soul at some point as Goop goes deep with a twisted advance with Juliera into the backline and eliminates the Ziggs. Ayu as well, quickly dispatched by Liberty. And this is gonna be it. This is gonna be the end of the journey. If they can just pull these last couple of kills out of the bag. Juliera's working on the Nexus. He's got somewhere to be.
Oh my god, he is the boring guy right now. Look at that, everybody's having fun here, but he was fighting with Seraph, and okay, we take it. He wasn't just, you know, destroying the Nexus and everything. But this is going to be the end of it. This crazy game is finally coming to an end. It's still a rather quick one, 26.5 minutes right now on the timer, and 16-3 is the kill score of it.